of the 5th persecutions of the Christians under the Emperor Septimus Severus, commenced about the year 201. Touching the cause which induced Severus to persecute and put to death Christians, ancient authors differ. Some write that Severus was instigated to kill and persecute the Christians in the 10th year of his reign by Philip, the governor of Egypt. Others think that in the time of Severus there were many cruel and bloodthirsty governors in the provinces of the Romans, as Lethus and Aquila at Alexandria in Egypt, Saturninus and Scapula at Carthage in Africa, Claudius Herminianus in Cappadocia, Caecilius Capella at Byzantium, who at Rome, as well as elsewhere, were the most pernicious firebrands in these persecutions, inasmuch as they instigated the emperor and the Roman Senate against the Christians, in order that through this means they might seize on the possessions of the Christians. It is stated that to this persecution and slaving of the Christians contributed at that time not a little some jurists who, through false interpretations of the Roman laws, or at least through their self-devised decrees, ruled nearly the whole empire, as Aemilius, Papinianus, Ulpianus, Paulus, Messius, Marcianus, Rufinus, Mauritianus, Tryphonius, Menander, Macer, Callistratus, Florentinus, Hermogenes, Saturninus, Modestinus, Furius, and Anthianus. It was one of these jurists, namely Ulpianus, one of the chief senators, next to Paupianus, who hunted up and collected the bloody edicts of the former tyrants, in order that the emperors, incited thereby, might institute new persecutions against the Christians. Very credibly, however, is the cause of this persecution accounted for. The words are as follows. In the year 201 was commenced the 5th persecution of the Christians under the Emperor Severus in the 7th year of his reign. It originated thus. The emperor having come forth victorious from a civil war, and the Christians having remained passive with regard to this, not manifesting any signs of joy, by way of celebrating, hanging out of garlands, and other tokens of triumph, according to the manner of the heathen, the latter, out of envy, accused the Christians of despising and hating the emperor, and the more so, because they would not swear by the emperor's fortune. Besides this, they reported of the Christians that in their evening assemblies they extinguished the lights, and then allowed themselves improper intercourse with each other, and in this manner it came that every one hated the Christians. Others spread the report that the Christians were child murderers and eaters of human flesh, that is, people who slew their children and ate them. Also that they honored the head of an ass as their god, worshipped the sun, and other like palpable and wicked falsehoods. However, though these false accusations were brought against the Christians, their death was nevertheless owing entirely to the testimony and confession of Jesus Christ, that he was the Son of God and the Savior of the human family. The most violent persecution of this time, according to Eusebius and Tertullian, was in Egypt and Africa. From Egypt the Christians were brought in great multitudes to Alexandria, where they were put to death in manifold ways for the name of Christ, although the principal martyrs of this time were the following.